Hey, it's Ty Crandall with Credit Suite, and in this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about building business credit. What we're actually going to talk about is improving your fundability to give you the best chance of getting business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your personal social, and building this fundability is also going to help you get all different types of loans and credit lines as well. So when we talk about business credit, of course, we're talking about credit that's in a business's name. Okay, so the business is basically establishing its own credit profile and credit score, and then with that profile and a score established, the business can then start qualifying for credit. This is credit that's able to get on its own that's not linked to you personally. Okay, so this credit's based on the business's ability to pay, not you as the business owner. So since the business qualifies for credit, there's no personal credit check required from you, and there's also no personal guarantee. There's no personal guarantee required either. So we're talking about corporate credit that you can get $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 individual limit credit card accounts on for Visa cards, MasterCards, American Express, even all stores or most stores like Apple, Dell, BP, Chevron. This is real corporate credit. And this is credit you're able to get without the personal guarantee, without the personal credit check, when you kind of follow the right steps. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the steps today. So building business credit should be done in a prescribed order. If you get it out of order, then you're adding unnecessary delay. So here's a way to kind of look at this. We see that an average person building business credit on their own takes over 2 years to do so, to get to the final tier. Our clients get to the final tier in 4 to 6 months. So what's the difference between somebody getting there 4 to 6 months and 2 years? It's this. If you get it out of order and you start building business credit out of order, not doing the things that need to be done in the correct steps, then it just takes a lot longer to do. So my goal for you is to expedite this process. These steps are proven to work, not created by us. This is a step anybody that builds business credit follows. And again, the nice thing is then once you understand this process, then you can actively work to build your own business credit, saving yourself a ton of time. But this really starts with some of the preliminaries. So before starting to even buy things, there are some preliminaries you got to do, and these will help immediately, and you'll also help you down the line. So some will require initial investment, others won't, but you need to do this stuff. This all comes down to what we call fundability. So there's 3 things we do at Credit Suite. We help you get money for your business by improving your fundability, which means we understand what lenders and credit issuers are looking for, and we help you meet that criteria so you'll know you can get approved before you even apply. That's what we're talking about in this video. We also help you with all aspects of building business credit and all aspects of getting financing, including loans and credit lines. But when it comes to getting business credit, when it comes to getting loans, when it comes to getting credit lines, all of those things, this is the first step. Setting up these preliminaries is the essential first step before you even think about getting money through business credit, credit lines, or loans. So lenders and vendors get nervous when they see a new business or an unestablished business. So you need to give them reassurance by setting up that fundability the right way. Now, not only does it help with lenders and credit issuers, suppliers, but it helps with your competitors, your clients as well. All this stuff ties into really your credibility, okay? So, and it should make, the business look like it's a real player, okay? It makes you look like you're a really well-established business, not just somebody that's, doing something on the side. So first, one of the things you need to do to set up the business fundability is make sure you get a business name that doesn't indicate you're in a high-risk industry. If a business name indicates you're in a high-risk industry like ammunition or financial services, for example, that can throw up a red flag that may get you denied. Okay, you also need to make sure that on business applications, when you're applying for credit or financing, you include your entire business name, including any DBA filings that you have. You need to make sure the name's exactly the same on all of your papers, your corporation papers, your licenses, your bank statements, the business application you fill out, the Secretary of State records. Believe it or not, one of the biggest reasons people get denied for financing and credit is because they put information on the application, the lender and credit issuer's computers go to verify that company online, and then because of discrepancies between what you put on the application and what they find in Secretary of State's, the loan gets denied. The bank thinks it's fraud when it's not fraud. So congruency, this is really, really important to making sure that your name, your address is the same on all of your documents, everywhere it's listed online. Of course, you're going to need to set up an entity, and you need to get the EIN. Business credit is all built under an EIN. Some people think it's the DUNS. It's not. It's built under your EIN, so you have to establish that EIN to build business credit. You also want to open a business bank account as well, okay, and keep your bank account balance as high as you possibly can. A bank account has a bunch of benefits. When you build business credit, a lot of people are going to ask for a bank reference, the same as when you get financing. And the better you manage your business bank account, the more funding options become available. We've got loans and credit lines that have no credit requirements that are only based on how you manage your bank account. So get that bank account set up for the reference, and it also opens up funding options for you as well. Now, down the road, if you're going to go ahead and get an SBA loan, well, then you want to have as much money in that bank account as possible, because big banks, conventional banks like Bank of America, Chase, they use an internal credit score called your bank rating. That's primarily driven by how much money you have in that business bank account. They want you to have $10,000 or more in the bank account to get a bank loan. So good thing is you don't need that for most alternative loans. You don't need that for business credit either. But if you're going to get an SBA loan, you need to know these things, because down the road, your balances in your bank account over a 90-day period will assess whether or not you're able to get approved for a big bank loan. And as I mentioned, they're going to want you to have about $10,000 in your account or more averaged over 90 days. But again, what this really comes down to is, and that's actually a low, I have high here, it's a low 5 bank rating if you do that, but that would give you a lendable bank rating if you're getting an SBA loan. If you're not, it doesn't matter at this point. Remember, as I talk to you, uniformity becomes very important. As I mentioned, creditors are not going to hunt for every iteration of your company's name. So you've got to make it painfully easy for them. This means your exact business name is always used. And for businesses with numbers in the name, decide whether the number's spelled out like 5 or is a Arabic numeral like number 5. Okay. Either way is fine. Just you got to be consistent all the time. So look, there's a lot of things that are involved for fundability, a lot. And I wanted to keep this video short and just talk about some of the important things that you need to know, but feel free to go to youtube.com/credit suite and look at our other video training on how to become more fundable, how to become more lendable. That is the number one step you must take before you go to apply for credit and financing. If you have questions along the way, give us a ring. At Credit Suite, we help you get money for your business by improving your fundability, by helping you build business credit for your EIN that's not linked to your social, and by helping you access lines and credit lines and loans. So if we can help you, give us a ring, 877-600-2487. The email is info@creditsuite.com, or visit us online at creditsuite.com. And while you're there, check out the links at the top right of our page and grab our free guide on building business credit. The links at the top right of the page will actually give you a ton of training information, whether it be our weekly live YouTube, Facebook, or podcast. There's so much information you can get to help you access money for your business.